Check, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. This is the Backyard Bands Comedy Podcast, and we live. If you're listening to us from YouTube, appreciate you. If you're checking us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, on Google, we appreciate you. And if you're on the platform, www.backyardbands.com,
the hub,
with the Reload G. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special episode, man. Special, very special.
As you can see, we're in the corner. Like, it's a saturated corner, innit?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am your humble and gracious host. I go by the name Mr. Dre. I'm in the building. We in the building. We all in the goddamn building.
Boom.
Wrong sound effect, actually.
Which one you want to put?
Wrong sound effect.
Backyard Bands.
It's that good shit.
All right, we're going to run that back again. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your humble and gracious host. I go by the name Mr. Dre. I'm in the building. We in the building.
Yes. That's it.
You get on this time.
We live. I'm here with the Vibes Minister to talk to him.
Yeah. Reporting live from the Ministry of Vibes is your minister, Imina, a.k.a. Dafri Eagle, a.k.a. Triple E, a.k.a. the Patrician Eagle, a.k.a. you know what is popping. Let's get it popping.
Pop. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest in the building, a special neighbor, all the way from Nigeria by way of United States of America.
Yes.
And now in Canada, touring and doing the biggest, the craziest, probably one of the greatest shows I've seen so far. Ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by the indomitable lion, Mr. D for Don't Miss, Mr. Don't Copy My Swag.
My own is longer than your own.
He's longer. I did take copy now. He still a go. He never finish. He never finish. Oh yeah, Drake.
Finish it for me.
No, you saw? You saw? Ladies and gentlemen, they call me the African Roadman, the indomitable lion, Africa's finest, the number one, the hustler, the best, the industry's father. They call me Pretty Boy. Fucking deal. If you do not know me now. If you miss my show in Toronto, I don't know where you are. If you miss my show in Ottawa, I don't know where you are. If you miss my show in Montreal, I don't know where you are. But now I'm on this podcast. Do not miss it. Stay tuned, stay locked. Do not miss it. If you don't know my name, say I'm again. No.
After you finish, you go just your name, Pretty Please.
Pretty Please.
Hey, they don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know. We're joined by Pretty Boy Dio.
Thank you for having me.
Nah, man, thank you for giving us your time, my brother.
Yeah.
I think first things first, congratulations on your show.
Amazing
all
show.
3 cities so far.
Right.
Thank you.
And you are about to, go do your thing in Vancouver.
Yes.
So, but yeah, congratulations, man. We're just coming off the show, which happened last night. And it was a great show, man. I don't think I've seen fans that dedicated to the artist on stage. It was like...
It was wild.
All you gotta say is the first word,
and
everybody.
It's like, and that's all. Shout out to my Canada family, the Toronto fans, the Toronto PT Gang members. Because if not for them, it would not be like that. It's been a long time coming. I've been doing music, I'll say professionally since 2015, and I've always felt on my Spotify. Spotify they give you your stats now.
Yeah.
Toronto is always one of the biggest cities, even before like Ottawa and them. So I came here some months ago for a show. I come here, I met up with Loxa, Blessed, and they were like, bro, we have Blessed there and Fussy Help. Like, bro, we have to do your tour. You've come here for this show, now we have to come back, we have to do a tour. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. The dates were kind of late, but they were very sure, and dedicated to it. So we were like, yeah, let's do it. And it's been, bro, overwhelmingly beautiful. See my jersey now.
Bro, indomitable. I did tell you.
I see your
signature. You see my signature.
Your signature.
I got to sign before we get out of here.
Now he may give me the jersey on stage. I don't know how his signature. But all in all, see my jersey, very fine jersey.
Yeah, man. If you were listening to us on Spotify or any audio platform, Toronto gifted Pretty Boy Dio a jersey, a Raptors jersey. Pretty Boy Dio number 1.
They don't just give any artist. A lot of artists come here, they leave jersey. I left with a jersey. Signed by them. They leave jersey. By my own people. You understand? I don't buy the jersey. That they even give me important people's names. So I feel very special. And I hope I kill the show for them.
Why this guy they be like, help me, they carry me go where I don't know.
Please, I'm very proud of this. Thank you, Canada. Thank you.
Yo, I want to actually tell you one thing. Like, I've heard about you from long time, right? But I'm not gonna lie to you. I never listened to your music.
Hey, sorry.
No, I'm not gonna. Sorry, that's needed. I'm telling you, it's a sorry type of statement. But bro, last night I saw people from my city that I don't see regularly. Like I see them gather. I'm like, what are you people doing here? And then you just say one word. Everybody say, I'm like, why am I the only one not jumping? You get what I'm saying? Like the energy was mad. I'm like, how do they know the songs that much? It's like you are doing like you are like the choir master and everybody's just going off. It was mad. The energy was dope. And it's like, actually, one of the questions I want to ask you today is gonna come up. It's like you made your songs for the stage.
I feel you. That's a good
You
question.
made your song for the stage. So it's going to get there, but I just wanted to drop it there because you gained the fan from just your performance last night. It was amazing.
Before I get into it, I just want to say shout out to Play, Empire, Elay.
Empire Maki, Baba. Baba, you know,
currently live at Play and we're filming. Shout out to Chuka also, our guy in the building.
Why they shoot the camera?
Double R Oscar.
Lux is also in the building. We appreciate you. But yeah, man. So let's get into it. Pretty Boy. Let's start with where does, because I know what Dio stands for. Where does Pretty come from?
No. Some people don't know what Dio stands for. This is not about you. Please.
I mean, we know D's for don't miss, but
Don't miss. Yes.
Don't miss. The boy will deliver, dominator, anything D, destruction. That's what D is for. But let me talk as a reasonable and irrational human being. Let's say this was an interview. D stands for Donald, O stands for Ofik. The Pretty Boy, I loved Pretty Boy, A$AP Rocky, Pretty Boy Flacco. Before that, my little sister used to call me Pretty because I used to call her Pretty.
right.
Then fast forward, my name was Dio. The Pretty Boy was a Monica. But one of my cousins was like, yo, why is this Pretty Boy in your name when you don't use it? And I was telling him the same thing. My mom used to call me this and I said, bro, use their name. And since the day I used that name, started using the Pretty Boy and not the Dio. Or maybe just focusing on the
Pretty Boy.
life sort of changed.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's all in the name. The name is powerful.
The name is powerful.
It's like if I
right?
want to name my child something like a blessed now, that person will be blessed. See, good luck, Jonathan. It became no for real. No, guys, I'm not playing. God, I'm not playing. Good luck, Jonathan. By mistake, became governor of Bayelsa State.
Yeah.
By mistake, the president
president.
died. Became
And he became
president.
there, yeah.
So it's like
Something
it's
is
all in the
following,
name.
yeah.
I'm telling you, it's
Yes,
in the name.
yeah.
So this name. Very soon I'll add money somewhere, so you know we can get
Pretty
money.
Boy,
Grammy,
Pretty Boy,
something,
Pretty
Grammy.
Boy, money,
We do-
Dio.
You understand? We go down.
Gotcha. I guess I'm doing something wrong, man. I got you meant to be like Dr. Dre or something.
You know, it's funny. It's funny because they booked him for a show, right? And put on the flyer hosted by Dr. Dre and posted. The thing is, they were very confident and they posted it on social media. They already shared it.
Hey.
This guy is like, please, oh,
You
you don't want to.
Now his name now. But I don't know. You know reach you don't take the name. For real.
But yeah, let's jump back, real quick. You started doing music professionally, you said 2015. How's been the journey for you so far?
Yeah. Okay, I started doing music before that, 2012. But I moved back to Nigeria 2015. Journey has been
So you moved back from
I was in New York.
right.
I used to come to Canada a lot,
Don't worry.
I
got you.
Okay, I was in New York. I moved back 2015. I'll say, bro, like life, maturity. I'm older now. The journey is literally everything. Like
Right.
this is part of it. It's like you have to enjoy that shit.
Facts.
A lot. When I first started, I was chasing every day, chasing and focusing on the chase of it.
Right.
But now, we want to enjoy more. Enjoy the
Take breaks when you can and get back to the grind.
bro, enjoy like every second of it. Because I've gone from trying to, let's say, moving back from America, even doing music in America and the diaspora, trying to have a name in Nigeria, having to move back to Nigeria, trying to have a name out there, get a name out there, start coming out here, trying to. It's like
Right.
it's a chase every day.
So
But, yeah.
I want to take us back to I want to go back 2014, and I was just checking stuff out, right? And I'm going to show you this photo, and I'll probably put it on the screen. I'll see if you can remember this picture.
Yeah, big, this sinker, big. I don't play with Canada.
You remember how sick
So, ladies and gentlemen, for context, this was before Pretty was added to the name.
Call me
It was just-
KBNG Dio at this time.
Yeah, it was just Dio.
Sinker Freak. One of
Came
the-
here 2014.
Is it still big?
Nah, they haven't done it since that year.
I think that year was
The last
that
year.
year was it.
That was the
I
last
thought you guys,
They went
I thought you
big
guys
and
shut
went
it down,
home.
closed the gate.
Yeah,
You
that's-
guys left with the key.
If you hear go big and go home, they go big and they went home. They went big and went home.
But that was the first time I saw you perform.
On facts, that
'Cause I was
for me
there.
too.
You were
Yeah,
there?
yeah,
I was
I was there as well.
So I don't know all these people know. Lots are them. I've been saying it to them. I don't know them, but they are. It's like, bro, it's like the characters change. The same thing going on. The same people, but different bodies.
Yeah.
But yes, bro. Yes. That time. That's why.
That's when I started messing with the. And I think it goes to show that I think people don't know this, but you have a big base in Canada in terms of listeners, in terms of people who support your music.
I swear. They might not know. Even, but look, you know, at the same time, that time, bro, 2014 was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, a lot has changed 8 years ago. It's a new time now. But yes, I do. That's one reason why I wanted to come here. I do have a lot of base here. But one thing I'll say at that time, like, I used to come here a lot at that time. But that was my biggest performance at the time. I came with Bodge and DJ Olu. Sinker Freak. I don't know if you guys know UX. He's a big director.
He went
to that school. A lot of Canada at that time, a lot of the Nigerians, a lot of the things about Canada, they focused a lot on the arts. Yeah. Like my video Police and Thief, right? The guy who does we did it like Jerry Springer. The guy who did the Jerry Springer thing. He went to David. That's my guy. Went to U of T, Mrs. Saga. Yeah. These guys, they did not play. I mean, he went to his school or that area.
He hosted Le Rouge one time.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Bro, these guys know they play with their artwork. Yeah. Like they direct, they sing, they dance. David
is did it all then.
Bro, yes. David is a lawyer, but he can act. That's Sinker Freak. You know, they have performances. That's how it was. And I feel, again, one reason why this country as a whole messes with my music a lot, bro. I feel like the energy here in this country is more real than you find in the Nigerians in America or the Nigerians in England. Yeah, everybody's more on it's like, let's have a good time thing. Let's push. Let's see what can happen.
Right.
Let's see what can this. Well, like they might not necessarily look for the posh or the polished thing. You know, see just a man here that is hustling his dream, shouting, and I feel people will gravitate to that. Any place with real people, they will gravitate to that. And that's one reason why, since that time, I've been coming to this country. You know, people will not even know. They will see me now as DOD, but they don't know I've been coming here. Come here, I don't play with, especially Toronto, I don't play with it at all.
I appreciate that.
For sure, bro.
So I love to hear, bro. It's crazy.
You did, so that 2014, you came for, the DJ Olu and Friends event, may his soul continue to rest in peace, as part of the Sinker Freak experience. And then, same time, somewhere this year, you somehow appeared.
Bro.
Very briefly, if we put it
briefly, yes.
I want to say that I don't want to get into the specifics of that show. That happened, and you did your thing. You still showed up because a lot of people were in the city and they show up to do the show. And I think rumor has it that you almost didn't want to show up on stage, but for whatever reason. But then I think that you sort of channeled that energy and decided to come back and do your own show, which I think has given you the upper hand because it shows that you can do your own show by yourself, no cosign, no nothing. And
it's a fucking hit.
And it's a hit back to back.
Amen. Okay, we're not even thinking about it that way, but amen. That last show, shit happens. We're not going to talk about the specifics like you said, but but there were so many people that came out for that. That's that Burna Boy thing. There are so many people came out that we were like, yo, we have to do the real thing. Come back and do it. Out of respect for the boy, I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't move. We can't move.
How many tattoos do you have now?
You know the thing about me, I have a lot of big tattoos. So like someone can come here and say like they have 3. One of my tattoos is like 5 tattoos. I have a lot, bro. I have a lot.
So like in the let me divert. So do you use it as part of your foreplay?
Hey.
No way I'm trying to drink this drink. What's your problem?
you know the ones where like I don't know if you heard those stories where like you be in the room with a woman and like she'll be like touch one of your scar and that's your story. So that delays the room process. So like you have like 20, 30 tattoos. Every tattoo.
I like that question. Where do you know what? Maybe I should use it as part of my foreplay because I never seen that angle before.
If you can ask that question. I need to understand what escapades you are having in your bedroom because
I don't have scars. Like
he said
you don't have scars.
I thought Dr. Dre with this.
It looked like you use one bet mark. You'd be like, yeah,
No, I do have battle scars from like high school days. So like obviously like when the
battle scars.
So maybe when they touch on like, he's like, oh baby, you just took me back.
Canada girls, you see this boy. Lucky me. Normally in my head they ask me about it.
Backyard bands.
Basically, first ever time I dyed my hair was 2011. I only did it for let me say a month, 2 months. Then I moved back to Nigeria 2015, like I said. Bro, once I moved back to Nigeria, all I wanted to do was be known. Stand the fuck out.
Right.
Sonically, videos. That's why even my sound is different. My videos are different.
Right.
Then I go to California. I've now been in the game, been doing my shit. I go to California in 2017. It's the first ever time. Now I live between there and Lagos. Like I met my manager there. But I'm saying like first ever time I go to California, I go to California, I go to McDonald's. The person serving me food. Tattoos, hair. Wants to be a rapper. I go to the movie store. The person selling me movie ticket. Wants to be an actor. I go to go and buy clothes. The person selling me the clothes is looking like has more swag than Kanye West. I'm like, I'm gonna have to be in the right place. This is LA. Yeah. So I'm like, I gotta do something crazy. And I'm like, yo, you like dyeing your hair? You like doing all that? And I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna dye my hair pink. And I dyed my hair pink, found brotherly. I tell you, after I did that thing, my shit changed too. People started looking. Then as I started, since 2017, I was dyeing my hair, different colors. Then I reached the level in 2020 where I was like, okay, how do I now take this to another level? I like tattoos a lot. How can I tattoo something on my head? Bro, literally, maybe I was thinking about this thing and I go on my Instagram, I see some Oyibo boys, their hair is painted everywhere. The person that did it, where is the person in LA where I was? I call him, please come. From there, that's how Rodman came to play.
So that Rodman. The Nigerian Rodman.
You just invoke a different chakra.
Rodman came to play.
Nah, but I think it's crazy because there's something you do, but I don't know if you know. And
you love this jersey, die. You go romance this jersey, yeah.
That's what I'm a Bola Boy fan. I remember he came here one time.
He has one of these, yeah.
Only Bola Wizzy, I think, have this jersey.
Bola Wizzy, Davido has one. Yeah. You know, you see that that number, that category.
Yeah, the friends, the company.
Yeah, the company where they
shout out. Okay,
no, but I think what I wanted to speak on was like the fact that where your music doesn't sort of take you, your brand takes you, and that's something you're very, very particular about in the way you sort of dress, you carry yourself and all that stuff. And I think that's very important for, I guess, even just people who in general in the creative industry and the creative space that are trying to, that we all have the same talent. And
right.
What makes you stand out is, I mean, obviously, everybody understand music is good, everything, but what you stand out is also the brand and how you carry your people and how you.
I think I want to use the word flamboyant. Flamboyant. It just maybe like once you just see.
I feel you.
Like you just bright up that area where you be like, say you just get spotlight for that end. you know like peacock. I just start like once you enter like this, the thing just I think.
Have you ever been told that it's excessive?
It's excessive.
Excessive.
Like it's too much.
Bro. I've been like this for a long time. Such a long time in my life. Like I remember when I was in high school. Inter-house sports, everybody's inter-house sports stuff was sleeves. I cut my own sleeveless and I did my hair more. And my teacher wanted to punish me for that. So I've always been like this. So to me, it's like
it's normal.
You get, especially if it was like I wasn't making money off this, and someone said it was excessive. I could understand, but I'm also the kind of guy that will say live your life to the fullest. And especially when you live your life to the fullest, you see that's when a lot of stuff change in your life. But at the same time, I'm also an artist, so it's like it can never really be excessive.
So before you became like big, when you started dyeing your hair in Nigeria, how did you navigate the Nigerian streets?
Because Nigeria is a very tough.
When I started dyeing my hair in Nigeria, technically, I had cut a little buzz.
Okay.
And when I dyed my hair, it just amplified everything.
Oh.
Amplified that. Don't tell about me, but I think I really know how to move. I know how to move in a place, like how not to do too much, how not to be everywhere. Just move in certain areas. Because once I started, bro, Nigeria, unfortunately, the country where we come from, they look at money first. Bro, you can have a fucking cocaine needle stuck in your hand, like all over your hand. But if you have 10 billion naira and 2 Ghana must go, nobody go see all those needles.
That's crazy.
It's not a presido. Now a presido be this. So when I did my hair, bro, luckily I had already started, Before that, before I did my hair, that's where I used to feel odd, bro. Imagine like I'll be wearing, because then doing music in Nigeria 2015, I can't even imagine the people before me. Doing music in Nigeria 2015. It's not the same like doing music today. Doing music today, everybody is doing music, bro.
Yeah.
When I was doing music in Nigeria in 2015, all my mates, they go office, 9 a.m. they wear suits. Me, 9 a.m. they try to go to studio in t-shirt, jeans. I'll go inside like a small grocery store, let's say to buy paper or something to do. Everybody's there is looking at me like, they do
Very responsible.
yes, I didn't even have color there, but tattoos, all this. What this guy they do?
Yeah.
My own mates, I want to chill with them, all of them traditional way, some of them suit. They're coming from meeting, they're coming from this. You can't even talk. You don't have the liver to say what you want to see. That was when it was tough for me. I'm not gonna lie. But when I went to Cali and I flip, but everything is in the mind. I flip my mind. Sometimes it's easy to say because Nigeria is a fucked up place. But if it's Canada or a developed world, I'll tell you everything is in the mind. But in Nigeria, everything is in the mind and your pocket still has to be full. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But once I took that trip down my head, bro, everything switched.
So you showed up between Nigeria and California now?
Yes.
That's good.
That's actually crazy.
Actually, one of my boys, Chooks.
That's my blood, bro.
Yeah.
Chef Chooks, so engineer, Tony Stark. That's my nigga. This one call my bro, my blood, bro.
We're in the same high school with them. Yeah, and Chuka as well.
So I get this thing. So is there a time, has this sound, because listening to all your songs while you were performing them, it's gonna be a two-part question. The question I said I was going to ask when I was mentioning the thing earlier, right? Yeah. So this first one is like, was there a point where your sound changed, or is this sound, has it been where you were focused on?
Well, I'm even still trying to chase the sound.
It's still something that is you want to,
it's
right?
changed because every day the sound, not even me,
right?
Like just generally,
right?
Number one, I don't know who it is now. Probably, what's that boy? Dada, what's that nigga's name? Young John or one of these young boys,
right?
The sound now, the template of the sound is different. It's no longer there.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. So it's like you have to always try and evolve in the sound.
Yeah,
you know.
So now the second part of the question is, watching your performance, right? It's kind of like you make your music. It's appearing that your music is made for those kind of environments. So now, what is your creative process, or like, what do you go through? What do you think when you're trying to record? When you hear a beat, and like, what kind of song you want to make, and do you kind of stay and picture the stage when you're making your songs, or is that just the vibe that is there and it just carries? Because some people are just like, they are just like that all through, you know, their vibes all through, you know. But there are some people that are like pretty recluse, but when they hold that mic and go on stage, it's a different animal, right? So like, what is your process?
I love the question.
What is that process for you?
I'll say that generally, it's different. For me, it's different stages. If I drink Hennessy and smoke weed and I hear any beat, it could be Chinese, it could be Christmas, it could be any beat, I probably will get inspiration to flow. But the thing is, I'm a very visual, right. Like I see the video of the thing before I even
yes.
I'm very artsy. Very artsy. I don't even know
that I won't argue with you. I know you're artsy.
For sure. It's very, very visible.
Yeah. It's the stage, all these things. I already picture something before I get there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So right. But generally, I feel I'm very like vibey. You know, when I'm on stage, a lot of my own niggas, even my own people, even as of recent, like last week, were telling me like it's not the same person. Right. They see on stage. And I'm like, damn, because I feel like a lot of times I'm also just like that normally. But I feel for different things. If you see me in the music video, you see me in the studio,
right?
If you see me on stage, it's different people.
It's different, right?
See,
I have a funny question to ask you. Can you actually dance?
Bro,
because I feel like your performance,
the way
you move,
they start from side, chat.
So I feel like he's using his performance to dodge that maybe he can't dance.
Yeah. I've never seen me say I'm the best dancer. If you gotta check my Instagram, I'll show you a post. I say I'm the best dancer in Nigeria. But bro, I believe, in all honesty, I think I'm not gonna say I'm whack. I can dance, but I'll give myself a 7. That's all. Like now, this is actually, to me, this is so stupid. Like, what the fuck is it? I don't even come back and see. You see?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's chaotic.
You see my caption. I don't know why they keep asking me, but you're the best dancer in Nigeria. When I was younger, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel I'm just a student of the game. I used to watch T-Pain. T-Pain was a very good dancer. There are a lot of people who it's not really about dancing. I feel it's about how you
And that's what I'm saying.
You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like
And
it's
I
not
know-
dancing, but it looks like I want to be doing what
Yeah,
you're
you know what I'm
doing.
saying? I just carry the thing like saying,
Because I'm like, I was
that's
watching it yesterday. I'm like, this is tricky. Like, how does he,
He's moving like he's not moving,
Yeah, but he's moving.
things
Yeah.
are happening, no. Yeah, things are happening, no. Bro, and even if it's bad, I'm gonna tell you it's the best, though. It's the best, though.
You can see your market before anybody sell them.
Bro, I'm gonna shake my hand.
Yes,
You
so.
know, market,
Life
life na market.
Laugh na market.
Life na market. Now who get the highest customer, they get the highest billboard. Please, I dey move. If you don't like my dancing, sorry, I go. Me, I know be Michael Jackson. Now in video I dey watch those days.
So you're very energetic, right? So the way I have seen it, I've seen like I think there's like a coin for me personally. I think like there's on one side of the coin, you're a pretty boy, and on the other side of the coin, you're Dio. So
I have to use that.
Wait,
number.
let him add money. Let me see whether it's coin that you're going
it's
to
going to be a bill.
No,
It's going to be pounds and shillings.
No, it can still be a coin. There'll be that side, and there'll be that side.
It's like that
There'll be that side, that coin.
I go meet people, I go dey flip the coin.
No, you're not gonna flip out like this. You gotta spin them on top table like this.
Because of this.
Because of that side.
I feel.
So does Dio ever like? Because I met you after the show, and I felt like I met Dio. I felt like you were calm, like you're in a much calmer state. So does Dio ever show up?
I'm always calm.
Yeah, right. Not on that stage.
Always
You think you're calm right now?
Very calm. But my character can never be calm, so I have to play the character.
Okay.
But always calm. In fact, I think it's better that what this is better to fool them. Let me be looked at as or perceived as very, very wild and energetic. Because even in that time, there's a lot of thoughts. But I'm a thinker. I don't know, it's a gift and a curse.
Right.
A gift and a curse. But like I said, it's like what's crazy. I will say one thing is life is like what's I'm not even blaming anybody. From my videos online and everything. I'm shouting. Hey, Dio, Toronto, I'm coming. Come for my show. Or I'm in industry, my son, I'm always shouting or something. But literally, I mean, if you're a salesman, you have to shout. Well, a lot of people think that's my voice naturally.
Right.
But at the same market, our market has to be sold.
I saw
The fact though.
I saw the don't copy my swag. Where did that come from, please?
I don't know. I just want it hard. Bro, I say a lot of shit. I am
So
not.
do you like for like me now when I create content, I like to sit down, right? Like there's an end point, middle, beginning, or yours is just turn on the camera, press record, and whatever comes to mind. Or you want to just sell something.
So basically, it's like for me. I've never even spoken about my funny things before. I'll speak about every truth. I feel like I said, bro, I'm a deep guy. I like try to create words. The funny things, I noticed early in my career that a lot of the things that people go viral for me, funny wise, are just stuff I come out and say. I can come out and say, Lord protect my step, Lord protect my step. So I don't know if it's my voice or what people say, but something like that, don't copy myself, bro. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to say. I just know I want to say something, and I put on the camera and I say it. And 80% of the time, to me, it's just me saying some shit, but it goes way further than anything. Than a lot of the times when I'm actually sitting down to think of, because that one you sat down to think of this, and like I have a son industry. If I showed my son to the world, I sat down and thought about it. That one too, I can't lie. That one too, so went crazy. It's going crazy.
It's still going crazy.
Going crazy.
Especially the latest one you did with I'm not sure, and I think I want you to tell us who you actually called
Injideka.
Injideka.
Now Injideka.
Yeah.
Yo, I did my face serious. He actually thought I was serious. The way he did his face. Yes, it's Injideka, my baby mother. And my friends used to tell me about. I'm looking at the camera because I have to talk to the people. My friends, they used to warn me about Igbo girls. I did not know about how dangerous these girls were until I met Injideka. Injideka,
I'll show you.
Injideka, I'm going to deal with this for the next 15 years. This boy is turning 3 and in about 2 months' time, the industry will be turning 3. She even calls the boy Chukuno, so it does not answer to my name. So we're having a little. She gave me signatures this time, so we're okay.
That's
but bro,
crazy.
yes, as I was saying, the things I don't force is what goes for me.
Yeah.
But once I try which I never do anymore. Yeah, that one is.
To be honest, I would I would say keep the light on that part shining, because you get creative splurge, and if you try to limit what you want to say or what that starts, putting you in the box.
I appreciate that.
Get it? So just let it out. Like, I mean, a lot of geniuses are crazy.
I think the reason why, because when you say like you don't act it out and you just do what comes feel natural and that sells, I think a lot of people, especially people back home, resonate with your character in terms of like life can be happening around you, but as long as you are doing all right, as long as you can have fun, as long as you can be nonchalant and just do what you want to do. It's true.
That's me, bro. Like if you all these comedians with the turn bro, I can do it like that video. I might be very angry, and I'm like to release the anger, I do it in comedy. That's me, though. That's the kind of guy. Yeah, bro.
I want to ask, who's in the studio with you when you were writing all these songs?
Definitely not in Jideka.
Because how do you come up with all this lamba? How do you come up with all this lamba?
I would say Igbo, talking with my man there, all my niggas.
Like massacre.
Wait till be that song. Hey, Kai. The song that he had the phrases
Animal way.
Eh?
Animal way.
No, it's not Animal way. It's the one that after part 1.
That's
Kosi part 2.
Chop Life.
Top life crew.
Please, can you tell? I want you to share with the thing that phrase that I don't know if it's a bridge or chorus.
Chop Life crew, Giant times 2.
Yeah, Chop Life crew, Giant times 2. I know that one at the last one. There are 2
Life Kosi part 2.
Yeah.
Giant times 2. After round 1, she want that 2. I'm not even Yoruba. So it's Mojo. Mojo sang the song.
So here's one thing, right? Those are very catchy. Very catchy. And as you could tell, they were going crazy. People were going crazy. Me, I learned the first one, you can't lost me when you did not say the same thing again in the second one. And then you said the third one, I thought you would say it again. You lost me again. So I was trying to follow up, and then on the last part, I'm not like, okay, I remember this last one and I remember the first one. So I said the first one, bro, I followed the...
You mean that the guys give you it's bad. Bro, what do you call this thing? That song, shout out my brother, Mojo as fuck. He featured me on the song.
Right.
Mojo, his sister, I even met his sister 4 days ago in Ottawa, the first night. His sister schools in Ottawa. She came for the show with her own crew. Because Mojo calls his people Chop Life crew. And she came with her 5 girls. I said, your Mojo's sister? She said, yes, she's Mojo's sister. And they showed me videos when I was performing that song. But yeah, my brother Mojo, man, bro. I mean, in this life, they say never like take opportunities well, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like God gave me an opportunity, even though he was the artist on the come up.
Right.
Because nobody had ever heard of him, and he was in my studio. We were recording in the same studio. I always shout out my brother Oti. He's in Canada right now. He's in Toronto. Oti introduced me to Mojo, and I always felt that this guy was like the best rapper, even though he was not popular. I just always felt he was the best rapper. So he had this song, Chop Life Crew, song with like. He was trying to get a feature on the song from a particular artist, but they were wasting their time.
Right.
The artist was not even as big as me at that time. But the artist was wasting their time. He didn't even want to ask me. But his guys came and asked me, do you want to do? I said, for sure, I'll do it now. But I did that thing in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, the things you don't know,
bro,
are going to move.
Yes.
It's what moves. Because, bro, I did that song with him.
And it's not just that. Like, before you start any other song, you just say one thing and it erupts. Bro. Right? It's like you find that catchy thing to hook them up on. Bro. And then it just creates a domino effect. Everybody is just crazy. Up on there. It's just up on
posted
there.
That song now.
That is the talent, bro. I can't lie.
Favorite song.
That's the talent, I can't lie. Because for you to have something that you're going to put... See, another thing, especially when it comes to this music thing, because you're always going to go on tour. You're always going to, have to entertain the fans. You are an entertainer, right? You have to find something that moves them. Because if you're doing a song that is that vibrant, but you come and you don't exude that energy, yes, the balance. It's
true.
The balance.
I'll speak for myself because like the show yesterday, right? I had the opportunity to host it. So shout out to the team for putting me on. And
shout out to you, Dr.
Shout out to
Dre.
you for holding
that
down, bro.
Dr. Dre.
This guy was hosting and
my
was
jersey.
performing.
Give me my jersey. See my jersey.
And I remember I was like, okay, because part of my prep is to know who, like to kind of like go back into the artists and just see where they're coming from. I try to get the audience ready for that. And then I was like tapping into like some of the stuff that you've been doing. I was like, yo,
right,
this energy is crazy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, otherwise I can't so my job technically was to, how like as a place taking off, my job is to make sure the plane takes off, and then he'll rise it to cruise it out.
Now you they set up the runway.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you they set up the just keep that in movement. So when you come like that,
but it's not an easy thing because your fans are very, very energetic.
Yes.
It's like
I don't even believe. I thank God for them, man.
me, I did not believe. Like I've gone to see. I'm gonna tell you these facts, right? I've been to P Square performance in Canada here. I've been to Davido. Actually, I haven't been to Davido. I've been to Burna Boy, Wizkid, Wandiko, Runtown, and I was looking at the people there, the way they were like, vibing to it. Like once you say one thing, bro, they were, the chant, Dio, the.
Yeah,
that shit don't come for everybody. That shit don't come for everybody. I tell you, like before I heard about your name, but I didn't really listen to your songs, so I didn't know how to react. I wanted to be there. I wanted to enjoy it because
I'm not gonna lie. My power is my fans.
That's what I'm telling you.
That's the reason I'm.
And you win them with there's something that makes them that gravitates them to you. Keep that.
I feel you, bro.
I don't know what that is. Keep that.
Why do you keep collecting Igbo from girls in Canada?
No, I know.
Wait. Where did that come from? Where did that? Yes, I give it.
They give me. It's not a joke. I'm not even playing.
Dre, you need to have presented that perfect.
Bro.
The way he just dropped you in that pit.
See, I'm telling you guys, I don't even play with my fans at all. Like the only reason why I have a name, like God, I have to say something. If I say I have the best fans, they'll shoot me. So
No,
let me not say the best
bro,
fans.
if you don't talk, who go talk?
Oh yes, but I do have the best fans. But I mean, like I have like some of the strongest.
Yeah,
Bro, strongest.
Give you with why not?
Not just the Igbo, bro. I mean, like, damn, it's like, let me put it this way. It's like now I can come to Toronto now, right?
anytime.
Right, like how we just did it yesterday. The whole of like the African populace or the Canada people, they might not know me, Pretty Boy Dio, as per se. Like, let's say if Wizkid was coming to the city, everybody will know Wizkid's because. But bro, if I come to Toronto, let's say you've never known me before, you come and watch my show, you think I might be the biggest artist in Nigeria.
True.
Because of how my fans fuck with me. And that's why I know they play
But
with
you
them.
don't see me.
I know they play with them to the point where they bring Igbo for me. Canada girls, some of them giving me ounces, quarters. This is money. You know how much they sell Igbo for?
When you were doing your meet and greet, did you see the 4 girls that had I love Pretty Boy Dio? They had a custom made shirt.
Bro, I know
They
they
had
play
the
with those
custom
girls.
made shirt.
I know they play with those guys.
Come on, I see them. I say wait.
I know they play with them.
I couldn't think say did they give her the shirt for the show.
No.
But obviously I know one lad that made the note thing say I want carry crop top.
I know they.
Yes, sir. Made the note say I want carry crop top.
No, you know they
but
play.
yo,
You know they play with them.
So talk to me, right?
actually crazy.
Of all the cities you've performed in so far that you can remember, what's your favorite city? Not like not within like Canada, and the world in general.
I love cities to be crazy, man. Obviously Toronto yesterday was fire. Ottawa too was fire. If I'm about to do this in descending order, let me think. I love Paris. Paris was fire because Paris, I did not know what to expect.
Bonjour.
Yeah, bonjour. LA this year too was crazy. One of my craziest shows was in Yola in 2019. Lagos, I've had like a couple crazy shows this year. My homecoming show in Easter was very crazy. My show this year in LA, I did them before I came here. I did New York and LA. New York was always crazy. It was like I expected it.
Right.
Because I had to school in New York, but LA.
Yeah, you went on, I saw some pictures. You were on stage with Cutlass. I'm not sure if it was
Yes,
Halloween
I meant to bring here.
you say what?
But plastic is not real cutlass, na plastic cutlass. Maybe don't scare the people. Don't scare the people, yeah. But in New York, LA too was crazy. I've done a lot of dope places. Let me put it this way: what surprises me is when I don't expect.
Yeah.
Expect it.
Right.
I mean, yesterday I sort of expected it would be crazy. That's why I call it. Although I didn't know. I went there first time and it was sick. It was crazier than I thought. So yeah. It's the journey. You have to enjoy.
That's dope. So let's talk about the music for a second. So you have 3 albums. I'm gonna say 3 big projects. Wildfire, Love Is War, and Everything Pretty. Right. And I think I was looking at the albums before your show yesterday, and I realized something. I think like your album names have evolved with you. Let me break it down. I think when you started and you put out your first album, Everything Pretty, I think in your mind, life was everybody's good. Everybody's good. I think like Wildfire was not like I'm now it's my journey. Like anybody can collect. Anybody can collect. And then when you now get to Love Is War, it's like, bruh, if you love anybody, you're in trouble. Like this industry is full of like, green snakes and that green grass. And that's what I got from like the naming of your album. I feel like you've evolved in terms of like just you not becoming yourself and you realizing what the industry really is and what I guess what music means to you, even just a little bit more. And
that's the truth too. You say the hammer on the nail.
Really?
If there was a way I could even do films on the 3 albums to illustrate what everything you said, yeah, that's it. The artworks, I feel the artworks try and show that.
Yeah.
At least everything pretty. I just come back to Nigeria. That's
life is beautiful. Life is good.
Technically, that's the only one I'll say is a bit, because that one was more of me. It was like self-belief, inward. I dedicated that album to my mother. It's not even an album. Technically, I only have one album, but Apple will put everything as an album. So I'm agreeing with you as an album, but everything.
That's projects. Just
yeah. Everything pretty was like self-belief. It's like I just moved back to Nigeria. Even if shit is fucked up, even if everything is like you feel you cannot dream and whatever, you have to believe. You know, everything still is pretty. Everything is good. It's belief. Wildfire was rage. Now I moved back to the country. I've been, working, which is why I keep talking about my fans. It's like, because I feel in the industry.
And that's why songs like that's why songs like Waka with
yeah.
Then we hear where it come from.
That one Jesus Christ. That one I don't
hey
enter.
Yo, bro, you guys going wild on all this.
I enter the industry. The industry, they show me Pepe and
fire, bro.
I'm young at that time, like I'm raging to the point I don't care. It's like I'm not trying to be polished about it either. I'm raging in the music. The whole album cover, my face is red, white background. It's like it could be peaceful. I'm the anger here. I'm the energy. I'm the warrior here. DMX, Wildfire. That was started with fire, ended with fire. That was like more biblical. All this stuff I'm saying is very deep to me, but I don't know how deep it is to Nigeria. Very biblical. Wildfire. Next one is Love Is War. Now that was meant to be a love album. It was meant to be for the girls. It was not even meant to be called.
You just look at it for something that is meant for you. Say they do police and team.
It was not even meant to be called Love Is War. I think I forgot what they call it. It was not meant to be called Love Is War. It was meant to be Love Something. I don't remember what I was going to call it.
He had an argument with Njideka.
He had an argument with
This
guy entered that Apple. He just edit the album name.
All these things, I wish like I could laugh. As it was hey God, you don't laugh here. Bro, the album was going to be Love. But I dropped Police and Thief and I was like, damn, this politics shit is even worse. Yes. It's as I'm fighting these guys. It's not even like fucking fire, but this is a war. Like this is literally war. And if the album already had love in it, and I knew there was a statement called Love Is War, so I said, love is gonna be fucking war. The cover of it, you can say, bro, literally I'm fighting my demons. My music is it's very deep shit too. Yeah. Bro, my music and me is big juxtaposition.
Yeah.
I'm telling you from the bottom.
Tell them again.
It's a big juxtaposition. This is very serious. It's very serious. Like I don't even know how many people listen. Like you know what I'm saying? Like because they might focus. A lot of people. I don't know, there's some people who fuck with me just because of my hair. Some people fuck with me just because of my drip.
Yeah.
Like they'll tell me, "Dude, I didn't know your music was this hard. I just used to like your clothes. I don't know you." Oh, bro, it's not a joke.
Whatever. At least it takes something and it leads them to what you want.
True.
Where you want to
and
get
that's
them
the
to.
goal.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. It's real shit. It's real music shit. Like I'm one of those guys that, as in, but it's just like it's the environment, right? The kind of artist I really want. I'd rather be like a Kendrick or as a J. Cole. I'll disappear, come out. You see my beard full like this, my hair full like this. You know, this guy is a wise guy. This guy don't go to school, don't go read book, and everything is singing about. Because that's how the Love Is War is about Nigeria. 1996 is the intro of the album. Like everyday love things. Like I put Aisha, what's her name, Aisha. Not Buhari's wife. That is a strong fighter, freedom, social activist on Twitter. Aisha Yusufu.
Yeah, I think
know.
it's. I know the one that took part in the NSAS thing too.
I put her, what she said in that NSAS.
Yeah, what she said in it.
I took it. I put it at the end of my first song.
Yeah.
Just like just for me. I've Roadmaster. If you listen to very big political music, I mean political. But I love my country.
Right. Would you say if people say you were the African China of our generation, would you agree to that?
I don't know, bro, because I they fuck up. Of course I fuck up. Whatever fuck up. That's I'm just a normal guy, yo.
Yeah.
I prefer that to the songs there. I'm just normal, bro. But
You are just
you know this thing, like, bro. Yeah, I'm just normal.
Yeah,
I just
your own
wish,
deal, bro.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. You have a new album coming out.
Yes.
Pretty
Please.
please,
Can you
which
please
is
tell us
also
about
the title of your tour. What can you tell us about it?
It's gonna be a new deal. Like I said, I always want to be different, and I really want to leave a mark in music. This year, I've only dropped one. Technically, let me say 2 records. Not even It's crazy how this year has been. The year I probably dropped one song as a feature. But it has my most streams. It's almost on 3 million streams. Shout out to Aluna.
Right. Yeah.
Shout out to Cool Drink. Higo, my brother.
Cool Drink. Oh.
Yeah, it's almost on 2 million streams. I made the most money. I've not even dropped song, and that's one song. Like I'm just trying to say, life is so funny.
Talk your shit.
Because normally I be chasing. We be chasing. It's like, let's drop this record. Let me drop this record. Like say in a year, drop an album or drop. But this year I didn't want to do that because I wanted to save my energy. Look, this year I got a Headies nomination. Love is War for my album. They shout out Nigeria. I know they play with Nigeria. That Headies is bigger to me than Grammys. Maybe not, but internally, they say home is where the heart is.
Yeah.
When you win at home, you just know that.
Get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? I will say, like, the best way for me to describe this album is the goals I have for the album. I really want to live with Mark on the entertainment, do some shit that nobody else is doing, really and truly. I've always wanted, I can say that's what I've been doing in my career, but now I want it to be way more distinct. Even challenge myself. So that's the goal. That's in the visuals, in the music, both of them at the same time.
I guess really, like when you're, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not musical, but I tend to try to see meaning in some things, especially in music, right? I guess when you're coming up and trying to, it's a lot more experimental, plus blending it with whatever is going on at that time. So trying to catch a wave, right? And then as you progress and garner your fans in, you now want to show your own side, show what you've accumulated. Like you've accumulated the knowledge. Now, what is your own interpretation of your art and knowledge and music? And then just to pave your own way, be like, okay, this is my sound, or this is what all these years of hard work has been. So is it like that for you?
Yes, and I believe now I'm at the highest stage of that. Where whatever I want to give them is the highest of my own ability.
Till date.
To date.
Yes. Right.
I like how he's just helping you finish.
No, we're sitting.
I love smart things. I like how I say it. But that is when you hit the nail on the head, I don't need to talk. It's true.
Man, that's very impressive. That's very impressive. I want to talk about Hercules. UA. You guys have worked on a couple of projects. I want to actually. That's my brother. That's my blood brother. Okay, unfortunately, going to break his heart right now. What is one thing that's like it's it's not a bad thing, but it's like a pet peeve when you're working with him. Like it's like
pet peeve. He doesn't pick up his phone. Unbelievable. But he picks up his phone for me, dude, more than anybody. But he's always been like that. Right. He doesn't pick up his phone. That's the only thing I would say. He's very selective of how he works.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even do that. For me, I get this.
Get away with a lot.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying now. That's my blood brother. It's different, fam.
Do people think you guys gonna like? Have you ever said?
I even thought we looked at his. I'm born April 17th. He's born April 18th or April 16th. I'm born a day like it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't play with him. I don't play with relationships, man. People I've known for years. I don't play with you, Edo, because we came from the same. I'm trying to think in my head that. I don't know. Do you know Chris Afolabi?
I know. Severe Nature.
All the guys, like all my visual guys in my career.
Yeah.
They are from Canada. Yeah. Chris Afolabi does a lot of my artworks, and Black Voodoo used to do a lot of my artworks. Black Voodoo. Then you the videos. Yeah. All of them in Canada boys. That's another reason I don't play with Canada.
I think the reason that the only thing that keeps you away from Canada is the cold.
It's cold. It is cold. It is cold. I'm not gonna lie, it's cold.
Yeah. Where does your you believe in yourself a lot, and I want to touch on that because, the same way you say, like, you might not really be the best dancer, but you're the best dancer. And let's forget about the whole, like, body will market you, but where does that come from innately? Where does that come from?
Bro, I like all these questions because, you get older, like I keep saying. If you ask me this question 2 years ago, it would be a different answer. Well, the way I'm going to put it to you this way is God gave me one life, right? It's a gift, they say, one life.
Yeah.
When they say what's the worst that can happen, everybody say, like let's say I lose 2 million today, someone will tell you at least you didn't die, that's what's can happen. So if I have one life, and I know one day I'm not gonna be here, why don't I just believe I am
the best?
Why not? Like what is the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
And I'm saying is the level I've reached now of my thought process. It's gone from the book I read. There's one book I read, The Secret, Positive Attraction, Law of Attraction.
Right.
It's deeper than that now because, bro, this life you fight. You fight, bro. It's like the world wants to tell you no, and you're looking for yeses. So you know what I'm saying. So you keep fighting Even if you believe, even if you don't, that's why
Right,
people
right.
have good days, bad days. Which is why I'm saying, ultimately, in the end, now one life I get, one day I might not be.
Facts.
So,
Yeah.
as I'm living today, even if there's a number one person, I am number one.
You're
In
number
my
one.
family, we go do plaque. Plaque. Sorry. I'm not playing, bro. I am not playing about this. And I'll tell everybody I know, all my friends, everybody, do the same thing, bro. You have one life. Like, they're like, let me give you an example. If I was like, let's say I was living in Oshodi now, I'm in my 40s in Oshodi. The amount of money I can buy is a fucking Toyota Camry 2006. But I'll put on the plate number boss one. That's like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, live life to the fullest.
Yeah. And it's crazy because like I need to tap into that. That's something I don't really do. I'm always on the edge. I'm always like, I want to do that, but I'm like, nah, let me just stay reserved. But that's something I want to always tap into because I saw that. I see that in you. Just follow you because I follow you online and I follow the stuff you do, and I'm like, that's crazy because like you feel like you're untouchable, but you're coming from that like, I only have one life to live, so I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's the mentality I've reached now.
But that also, yes, highlighting that fact, that's the mentality you've reached now because it's something that has not always been like that. But keeping that at the back of your mind and also speaking it out, it has built a mantra in you that is now like, okay, if nobody's gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. I'm the best. But guess what? You're now trying to work hard to back it up.
Yes, that's
Right?
the goal.
So you're not pushing yourself to back it up. Like, you're going to tell them you're the best performer and you're going to come on stage and freaking have everybody jumping and walk out and everybody's going to be like, that's the shit, right? That's the shit, right? So I think you kind of say it over time that it becomes a thing where you're now trying to prove yourself. Okay, yeah, I really got to show these people why I said that, right? Even though somehow inside you, you're doubting, like, why did I make that statement? You dig, right? Why did I make that? A lot of people need to kind of find that courage. It's not something that everybody has. I mean Mr. Dre needs to find that courage. I'm gonna tell you something, right? If you trace back a lot of like the past 12, 13 years in Canada here, a lot of the entertainment stuff that has gone around, Dre has had something to do with it. I'm just going to say a lot. I'm not going to say many because obviously there are things that Canada is a lot. But if you kind of limit Ontario or within Toronto, right, there's a lot that he has had a hand in it or know what is happening right? But he doesn't give himself enough flowers or put himself on that. I guess being humble, right? But it's not like he has to raise his own price by himself. He has to say, he has to bring that mantra in. So
Canada guys are very, like, you guys are very humble. And humility is, at the end of the day, bro, I'm not gonna lie, humility is the better way.
It is though.
It is the better way.
Is it
Just come
really?
from
Because-
Nigeria.
It is, but
Because you're happy.
it's a double-edged sword.
What do you mean?
Like you're living your life. Like obviously like the stuff you keep to yourself, but like you can just go on.
When you say me?
Yeah.
You think I'm not humble?
No, I think you're humble. But I still think that you have this energy where like the same way you believe in yourself that you're number one. Like nobody can tell you otherwise. No one can like
If I lived in America, bro, I don't think I'll be as like this. Let's say I would like everything, this whole conversation, American.
Right.
I don't mean like this. But where we're from, you have to think
I
deep
guess.
and do so many other things. But bro, in life, I'll tell you this for a fair fact. Bro, all these things, the rules they there.
Yeah.
Humility is the number one thing in this life. Messi would always be loved more than Ronaldo, even if Ronaldo and him are the same talent. Because Messi doesn't say a word.
Right.
Ronaldo goes fine hair, fine boy, 6 packs. It's easy to be a target. You feel what I'm saying? The working can never be cheated. If a man has put in the work, it is there for it to be shown. He does not need to shout about it. Does not need to speak about it.
Right.
But Nigeria is not like that. Like my music shit, that's how I used to be. But I don't even now, bro. A lot of my fans tell me, bro, talk. Fuck them up. Ginger, even my bro,
Like
tell me, boss, even my ginger is just about like myself or like my music or like it's not like I never come out and shout to you. All these artists are whack and the baddest artists, all of you are this and that. Because that is now what's the word to use? That's like bullying. You know, like if I have my delusions, like it's cool. Let me have my delusions. Let me work on them. But that's bullying. Yeah. But in anything, bro, even if you're humble, I feel like you gotta talk your shit sometimes. Even if it's 2.2% out of 99.8%. Because they need to know you. They need to understand where you're from. Because bro, my Nigerian industry don't feel play with me. I don't give a fuck. Nobody brought me here, and my fans will bring me here. See my jersey.
Talk your shit, bro. This jersey now, how man? Why this guy go laminate this thing?
This not play.
Don't play with
We
it.
don't play with it.
See, I beg you. I did their podcast. No play with me. Nobody brought me here. They don't pay my tickets. Do you understand? So I got to tell them, even though I'm humble, even though I'm a nice person, nobody pay my ticket. See, industry, I don't fear any of you. The name of my son is industry.
Why do you call him industry?
Because all of them in the industry are my children. They are my children.
Hey,
after they be stealing my swag, they be doing all these things.
Industry. This
I had to name my first child industry because they're my pikin.
Hey,
Do you want us to see it? Just go Google tight shirt. What's the first person to wear tight shirts in Nigeria? Me, pretty boy. I even one from yesterday. Google now since 2017. They laugh me. Baggages. They laugh me. Now why they start don't copy my swag? Do we go to hair? I don't even don't do my hair. And I'm not even saying this as to diss anybody. It's just inspiration. I said the whole industry is my son. I don't mean anything is disrespectful. If it's disrespectful, I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
Bruh.
The truth is not. It's not.
You know those like I don't know if you've seen those videos where when they've asked like ladies like why back in the day they'll be like ladies would like Nigeria, especially ladies in Nigeria would complain that they would go on a date and then the guy will not give them thank you money.
Thank you, money.
wait, what do you mean by that?
Like as for coming, thank you for coming.
They do that?
Yeah, because like so some ladies will explain that by the time we do makeup, we do all these things. And
I thought
I
transport
think we
was
saw
the
the
main
same
thing.
video. I think we saw the
I thought transport was the main thing.
I think we are talking of the same video.
So I'm thinking like Pretty Boy deals. Hey, like he should go to the date. He should get thank you
You
money
should get thank you.
because he dyed his hair.
Bro, what is that? What is that thing that you say? You say, you know what? You say, what is that?
No, me and the girls, they argue, man. They argue. Baby, solve this thing. Now, you have to.
But do you think you would want to settle down?
Settle down.
Jideka have done damage. Calm down. He never heal.
I do not settle down.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Just a play.
Okay.
how do you know?
All right. Let's leave that for.
We are leaving it anonymous. It's a mystery.
I like my brothers.
You know what? You know what he did on stage? He's like, ladies, I have this is my son. Now I'm looking for someone to put one on the right.
See as I do. I do well.
Oh my god!
Because I love pretty girls. This car I don't know who can give me. No, I followed only both girls. No,
Jideka do something, bro.
I
Like,
watch this. I'll be in trouble.
damn, Jideka.
Before we head out, man, people say you're the king of the. They call it Colte movement. So not
Wait,
Alte,
what do you
but
mean Colte?
I want you to explain it to me.
Colte is Orte's wicked cousin, the cousin that likes fighting.
No way.
The
No way.
the one that used to play on the streets sometimes. Used to do something.
So do you like that people think that people put you in that box? Because I think they're bigger than that box. I think
Which one? Which one? The Orte book?
the Colte box.
Is it a box? I don't
Like,
know.
I think it's a genre, but I feel like
I don't-
because
I
I know
don't-
you can't rap like rap like Speed 16. Like I know that for sure because I've seen it. So I just feel like when people put you in that box, it's like
Why? This conversation or another conversation. What do you define as the box of Colte?
I feel like it
Or
just
say-
that way, like because people see it as a community, more so than a music brand. In terms of like the people sort of move differently, the way they dress, in the way they express themselves, and I feel like that community is somewhat seen as an underground community. And I feel like when people continue to push you in that limit, then it sort of shifts your focus from being mainstream,
I feel what you mean.
which you are mainstream. You're doing shows across the world.
I see what you mean. I feel like you see this Orte is kind of not deep or kind of deep, just in the sense that when I started doing music and I was called Orte, not just me, some other artists were called Orte, we really didn't speak about it. I guess we're all just focused on music.
Music-wise, yeah.
Like I started saying Corte self. I didn't even like the fact they were trying to box me into Orte because I feel it's lazy journalism. If you listen to everybody's sound is kind of different.
Yeah,
These are different sounds. For you to go and come and put everybody under one umbrella on the
box,
sound,
yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah.
But Orte is also bigger than just the sound. Like you said, it's
it's
a lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle.
Something I grew to know. But one thing like I will say is the people that were under this Orte fan, this Orte sound, like if they say Santi or don't see me and whatnot, nobody spoke on it. Nobody ever spoke. Which is something I saw. Like I say, you keep learning in life, you keep growing. Sometime this year, if you don't write your history, someone will write your history for you.
Last.
And that's why,
Especially that network.
Yeah.
Clips in.
you get. My brother, I like, like for you to think it's small, I feel it's cause the people under the hotel banner, they never really fought or spoke about it. And in all honesty, it's not a blame to them. It's something I spoke about on Twitter. They're not just those kind of people. They just want to make their music or do their thing. But bro, now I want to fight for it. Even if I am mainstream or whatever. Because even if I am mainstream, people look at me like I'm that.
Right.
So it's part of my identity.
Yeah.
So now I'm ready to die fighting for it. You know what I'm saying? So at least now, let's see. Even if it's a box, right? It's a box that they put on me and I have to accept. I'm not even call it box. Let's call it a bet mark that they put on my head. But bro, I'm the president. I can carry it. I can put on I can carry it.
I can actually say that's a bit different because now the little suffix that they put in there, that's the cousin. That cousin is this guy that we know, but this guy is different.
Yes, that's the plan.
So even though it's kind of like a box, it's still like an uncharted territory. So you are still the cousin. You are the guy that they are not going to be able to predict. Your movement is now different from the regular person they know. So that cousin one is kind of like it's broad yet boxed in. So you still haven't showed. It's kind of like the box is still empty. Put it that way. The box is still empty.
Because it's exactly
the box is still empty.
The way you said
in a way, yeah.
Abraham will be shouting it too. Because Nigeria will start shouting something. Now I've seen it. Like if
I've learned now that if I have to go to Nigeria, I just gotta be pretty boy, man. Just you gotta shout.
Like, let me tell you something. If you come and say I'm Canada's funniest man, bro, say it 3-4 times. By the 5th time, people start calling you Canada's funniest. This is not Canada's funniest man. If I come and say I'm president, I'm the baddest, bro, give it 4 or 5 times of me. People start. So now if I start saying Kote were the baddest genre in Nigeria, let's see how it goes. But even if it's not that, me, I'll make my money and they go remove.
Make your money.
If you don't like me, if you don't like Kote, no problem.
Last.
You get money go come.
All right, man. Pretty boy, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your time, man. Before we head out, I just want to ask how, because another artist that I really love is Black Bones. And you guys have a song together. How did that song come about? From My Wrist, the remix.
From My Wrist, the remix. Black Bones, funny boy, bro. Black Bones. Black Bones, I fuck with him. He's stupendously talented. I respect him. Let me put it that way. Stupendously talented. He's at the top right now. A very good marketer.
For sure.
I might argue say he might be a better marketer than me. Might say.
Nah, you're the best. You're the best marketer.
Nah, I don't know.
No.
Today
you're the best marketer. No, we're not going to do that.
Okay. Maybe I'm the best marketer, but I respect Black Bones.
Yeah, exactly.
Marketing. In all honesty, for the song, I feel like Black, he's one of, he knows how to put a project together.
For sure.
So he got me on that record. He got me on that record 2 years before it came out.
So he's had in the talk.
Yeah, it's in the talk. Shout out to him. I did it with him. Shout out to him. It was a beautiful record. I love his success. Like I said, it's inspirational. Yeah.
All right, before we let you go, man, give us one lamba for this podcast. We need to have a lamba for this podcast.
This is Backyard Bands, the #1 comedy podcast in Canada.
Backyard Bands, the #1 comedy podcast in Canada. Backyard Bands, BB Square. BB Square. What can we do? BYB.
Yeah.
That's like bring your own ball too. Bring your own banter.
Bring your own babes.
Bring your own
babe. Yeah.
Bring your own anything. Just bring your own. That's what we're doing. Bring your own. Start from there. You guys put me on the spot. If he's not interested, I beg at home. Laugh for me. Put them there. Just laugh. Bring your own.
Put it there, pretty please.
Bring your own. Yeah,
nah, man. This has been a great conversation. And again, like speaking of humility, man, like we just met, for the first time yesterday, and you're out here drinking, chopping it up with us, and so I appreciate that. Not a lot of people would. Not a lot of people would do that. Again, it was a pleasure hosting your show.
Thank you.
I hope that I can come on the road one day and open up for you, man.
Sure, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, Toronto's #1, especially as you can see.
As you can see the jersey, yes.
I beg you, that them talk out. I bring my bottle, make I bring my jersey. I don't bring my
Help
team.
me.
Help me.
Real quick, let's give a big shout out to Play for having us.
Shout out Play. Shout out my brother Empire Mikey.
Everybody and Mike, shout out to them. Shout out to Luxor for putting this together. Your manager who's somewhere in the building.
Smoky somewhere. Just you,
appreciate you. Shout out to everybody who's outside. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your humble and gracious host. I go by the name Mr. Dre. It's been a blast. 5 minutes to sign out for us.
Signing out from this Vibes Ministry is your able minister Imina, aka the Free Eagle, aka Triple E, aka the Patrician Eagle, aka you know what is popping. Let's get it poppin'. They don't know.
Pretty boy, sign up for us.
Yeah, with that papa. Is this recording? Look at
It's still recording.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, pam, pam, pim, pim, bra, ra, 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 ra. It's not English, but you go understand them later. Minor, Dr. Dre, reload it, minus, reload it. Look at the dance outside. Reload it. You don't do it. I don't come. They give me my jersey. Toronto Raptors. Hey, draft day. Draft day. I love you. Thank you guys. Stay locked on their show, please. Funny ass, smart ass nigga.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you very much, my guy.
Backyard Bats.
It's that good shit.